All right, how to do a daily stretching routine. So this is personally what I do every day when I wake up. It's like takes 5 minutes every day, keeps my legs nice and flexible and everything. And yeah, doesn't take too long, really useful. So basically what I like to do is I like to get my back up against a wall, and I'm on my bed when I'm doing this. You could do it on the floor. I like my bed softer. But yeah, flat surface. I like my bed up against a wall, and I usually get my pillow that I sleep on, and I put it behind my lower back. It's just comfier and, you know, nicer. But basically, I do a couple stretches on each of my legs every morning, and then so I'll just go over what they are right now. So the first stretch I do every morning is I bring one of my feet up into this like 4 position. I don't know if you can see, my legs are like this kinda. Yeah, so leg goes out and then back in. My foot is kind of by my other knee, and I'm just like lifting this foot up a little bit and applying pressure on my knee. And this will stretch out my hip and keep it nice and loose. And then I do the same thing for the other side. And I switch and foot by the knee, press down on my knee, and then lift up my foot. So it's like bending the leg outwards. And I do all these stretches for 30 seconds. I hold them for 30 seconds. And I have a timer. It's just a free app that counts 30-second intervals with a 10-second like rest in between. It's supposed to be an exercise timer, but I just use it to stretch because it's the same thing. Just counts 30 seconds of stretching and then 10 seconds to change stretch. Which brings me to my next stretch, which I do. I lift. It's like the previous one, where your foot is kind of by your knee, but you're bringing your leg vertical, and then you're bringing it sideways. And so I get my opposite arm on like the side of my knee, and I just kind of bring my arm. I'm pushing this way on my knee, and so this is working my hips again. And that'll also kind of my knee, I guess. I don't know. Bent, but not really. Mainly the hips. Yeah, so I just push out, across, and for 30 seconds. I do the other one, 30 seconds. And then the third one I do is kind of similar to the first one. It's the same thing as the first one, where I bring one foot to the same position as the first one, but instead of pushing down on my knee, I lean forward and grab this foot. And if you can't, so I've been stretching like this for a while, I can pretty easily grab my foot, reach past my foot, so I can do that. But if you can't reach your foot and you're trying to do that, just reach as far down your leg as you can get and just flex this way. Get your chest down, not your head down, because your chest is like what's actually pivoting. If you get your head down, then you're just straining your neck for no reason. So this will actually stretch both your hip and your hamstring, I think. And so then you do the same thing, other side. And for all these, if I grab kind of by my ankle, and so I can move it all around and move. It works well because it'll like automatically bend my knee when I bring it in. And so then I do the same thing on the other side. Grab my foot or just reach down my leg. You want your foot to be up and down when you're doing this. If it's like this, it's still fine, it's still a good stretch, but you try to get your foot vertical if you can. And then the final stretch I do is just 30 seconds, just both feet out, and I kind of bring my toes together. And sitting all day, bringing my toes together, bringing my legs like pointed inwards is really tight for me. So I have to do this, and it also stretches hamstrings because reaching out. Again, for this one, if you can't reach all the way, I just do like as far down your legs as you can and just try to bring them in. And so that's all that I do every morning. Also, I try to get on my stomach, laying on my stomach on my bed for at least 15 minutes a day so that my hips don't lock and I'm like so I don't get locked like sitting in position, you know? So I try to stretch out my hips by laying on my stomach. Speaking of, I should probably make a video of how I get on my stomach. Probably do that right after I make this video. But, man, I'm the best YouTuber. Okay, so that's how I stretch. Stretching is really important if you're gonna be sitting all day. You don't want your legs to bind up. That is never a good thing. Even though, you're not using them, what do you need them to be flexible for? If you can like eventually get your feeling back or all that jazz, then you want your legs to be movable, you know? You don't want them to be just rocks that are locked like a sitting position. That's weird. Also, perks. You can do this. I didn't used to be able to do that. I don't know when I'd be able to, or when I became able to. But, yeah, that's basically the whole video. I think I'll put a link for the app that I use down in the description. And that's the video. Oh yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe and stuff. I think YouTubers say that.